Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the CR&E Morning Brew. Nobody in here quite yet, but that's okay. Just enjoying my coffee out here on my, my back patio deck. It's a little gray this morning, but so far no rain. I think we're supposed to get some rain. But hey, Joe, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Did you? So it looks like you finally got one of those cameras to work. I tried to pop in on a couple of those tests, but I wasn't really sure at all what we were trying to do there. But that's okay. Hopefully something's working now. Can you hear me? Okay. Good morning, MHB Podunk. Got them both working. Oh, that's good. Good. So what ended up being the problem with them? Matt. I'm sorry, man. Matt is MHB Podunk. I'll get it eventually, Matt. I'll remember it eventually. Hi, Gary. Terrible with names, so please don't be offended if it takes me a minute. Gary, Matt, Joe. Oh, thanks for coming in. Let's see here. Rail artist is in the house too. Good morning. Goof morning. Morning on Goof. They called and talked me through the one problem. Okay. This is a good morning. Not enough coffee. I get you. I feel that, man. Coffee. Love my coffee. Well, anyways, Joe, I'm glad that you guys got it figured out. Now you just got to get your controller fixed. Hey, James, good morning. So, what did NCE say about your controller? Did you actually call and talk to them, or what, Joe? Mayfield Railroad and off. Good morning, or good afternoon for you guys out there. How are you? Oh, I have a cup for me. Let's see. Bring Joe in over here. Hey, Joe.
Good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, not too bad. Just sitting in the living room with my coffee and my dog this morning.
That's all right.
Yeah, the one camera that Jack sent me, that one always works good,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have telephoto or wide angle or anything else. It's just a fixed lens.
Okay.
And then Vinny's camera, it kept turning off after about 2 or 3 minutes. It had he thought it was a motion sensor, and then
Okay.
got to thinking way back in time because that's one of his first cameras that he ever used.
Okay.
And he got to thinking about it, and he says, "No, wait, there is a power saver button on there
Oh,
that was in the menu that he had to walk me through how to get to it."
gotcha. So
And then,
you go into sleep mode.
yeah, and then we turned the power saver mode off, And hell, the last test I did with it, it ran for like 25 minutes, I guess. So
Good.
I think that one is going to work out real good now too.
Oh, good.
And
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The technology when you're not familiar with stuff, even when it works right, it's hard to get it
yep,
things work. It's hard to understand. But then when you're having an issue and trying to troubleshoot stuff that you don't even understand how it works to begin with, that's like a lot of this DCC stuff. I get the basics of it, but to get technical with it, forget it, man.
yeah, that's it. That's why I'm happy with the NCE system. I can turn it on, throw an engine number in it, and run the trains. I don't have to do anything fancy with it or anything else. But of course, right now it's not working.
Yeah, yeah. So, Brooming Rail Enthusiast says, "Isn't that Joe you were talking to, Dave?" Yes, this is Joe. Joe Raider. Joe Raider. Let's see what James is doing too.
Morning, James.
All right, Joe.
Let's see. I like that the best. Trying to get everybody in the.
It's
Yeah, I
raining.
like that.
It's raining here today.
Oh yeah. I think we're calling for rain. It's kind of gray behind me.
Yeah, we rained a little bit last night.
We're getting a lot of overcast because of the forest fires up north.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Half of northern Ontario is under fire right now.
Whoa.
Almost as bad as California.
Trains heavy ship, Route 322 south on 520. There's a club in Middlefield. Gary, is that Lionel Cornerfield place? Sorry, somebody in the chat was talking about a hobby shop not too far from me. I think I just went there not too long ago with the wife. They got this huge Lionel O-scale type setup. It's supposedly the largest family-owned or run O-scale layout in the country.
Oh, that's good.
Is there
Where is that? Near you?
It's in Middlefield, Ohio. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about maybe half an hour or so from me, give or take. But it's mostly O-scale stuff. They didn't have too much to offer for HO like in the hobby shop, but it was still a cool place to go to, man. It was massive. It's in like a big like pole barn almost. It's just huge.
Someday
Crazy.
we'll have a train show.
Yeah. I know.
We haven't seen those for a year and a half.
I know. There's been a couple that popped up I haven't been able to go to though recently.
There's more available in the States. Nothing up here. You're not sure what they're doing up here, but we figure end of the year or next year, and maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're talking about putting restrictions back in place down here.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a train show in October, first weekend in October. And
where's that at?
And it's actually in Timonium, Maryland,
Timonium,
which is north of Baltimore. It's called the Great Model Train Show.
Okay, that'd be good.
And it is a big one.
I've wanted to go to that.
Yeah, but we're afraid now that they're going to put restrictions back on us now too because of the uptick in the cases.
And I still wonder how much of that's for real and how much of that's still political.
I still think it's all 99% political. It's very survivable. I've had several friends that had it and turned right around, and in 3 or 4 days they were fine. No hospital, no nothing. They said you treat it like the flu, and it's fine.
Yeah.
My wife's aunt got it, and it was pretty rough. She almost died from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, she's 99 though too.
Yeah. Until the FDA approves the shots, I'm not getting them. They can kiss my butt.
Yeah,
Put a
it's
target on it. Well, our training club, because we're locked out, we decided, screw this. We got together every Friday at lunch at the park, and we went for coffee. In the winter, in the snow, we didn't care. We're getting out because we're stuck in a house. We're just going stir crazy. So that's what we did, and we still do it every Friday.
Well,
That's
Get
all. Just
together with a coffee.
if keep your social distancing, if whatever, and just
Yeah, we're about a foot apart.
what. That's a good. That's just personal space circle.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, if they do that, do you know when that timonium is scheduled for? Like what?
October 2nd and 3rd.
I'm gonna pull up my calendar. I've
That's
wanted to go to that.
That's Thanksgiving for us. We'll be away.
Oh,
We're going to Kingston hopefully that weekend.
It doesn't look like I'm scheduled for anything that week.
But,
yeah, I've got a friend of mine that'll have a couple tables. That's actually his father. Will have a couple tables there for stuff that he's trying to get rid of before the big day comes.
bring your wallet with you, Joe.
Oh yeah, but I'll be helping them out on sales and and just wandering around. Haven't had a good train show in quite some time.
Yeah, that's a good spot to get because I wouldn't mind getting some more New York Central locomotives.
Yeah. Well, I just hope that I felt a trend kind of hitting before all this shutdown and stuff. When I would go to a train show, I felt like it used to be you go to a train show, and not that you would get bottom basement prices, don't get me wrong, but the guys were more willing to wheel and deal a little bit. You could get some better deals on things. But I felt like the trend was kind of going towards guys wanted retail prices for everything, whether it be new or used or whatever, and didn't want to budge on the price. So I'm kind of hoping if we do get back to some train shows, people are going to be back to the old ways a little bit more, where you can find yourself some deals on things.
Yeah, that's why you go online like Marketplace. They're asking retail for a DCC unit, and to spend like up here, spend $100 on a DC locomotive.
Morning, Wilmer. Yeah.
Morning, Wilmer.
Hey, morning, Wilmer.
But it costs you $40 for the coder. Then you got to put it in, and so you're up to about $200. Another $100, you get a brand new one. So I don't know.
Yeah. And you're buying something used, and you don't know what you're getting. Does it work?
Right.
Why are they selling it? They could tell you whatever they want to, and you have no warranty on it or anything like that either.
That's right. I bought a couple of new SD45s. They're on clearance. They're Walters Proto. It cost me $2.25 Canadian. So that's a good price for 2 locomotives.
Yeah.
I have a GP38 on order.
Who's that through? Is that Athearn?
GP38 be Athearn, yes.
Yeah.
CN.
Nice.
But I have a Great Northern caboose on pre-order too.
Oh, okay.
I have a set of Great Northern locomotives and boxcars. I'm gonna have a small train of Great North. I like the color of the locomotives and their cable.
Yeah.
And
do you have the Great Northerns that are the blue and white with the goat thing on it, or isn't it the one?
It's the orange and brown.
You get the orange and brown. Okay. Well, which one's like the more newer scheme of those?
I'm not sure. Mine are GP7s, so I imagine mine are older.
Okay.
But Walters has a caboose coming out next year. I have one pre-order.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
What do they want for those?
Up here, probably about $40.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Those
No.
Athearn, was it Athearn ones that were $100 locomotive? Who was it? Who made those ones recently?
Athearn's bringing out the Angus vans in this year, and they're $100 Canadian.
Somebody just had some cabooses last year. I don't know if it was Athearn or if it was Intermountain or somebody. A bunch of chassis cabooses and B&O and all those like that. And I mean, I think they had lights and stuff in them and stuff too. But
that sounds like Tangent.
It might be Tangent. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought
But they
one of
wanted
them.
over $100 a piece for them. Damn.
Yeah, I bought one of them, and hell, you can hardly even see the lights unless you are in total darkness.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't care for the lighting.
Yeah,
No,
I just
I'd
want
rather
a
put that.
caboose.
I'd rather put that towards the locomotive or something.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I collect
I don't
TH&B.
run cabooses though.
yeah. I do.
I do.
1970s. Yeah, still with a caboose.
Yeah. Well, I'm
See,
like today, so I don't.
I'm running mostly before 1980,
Yeah.
but I have all the diesels for TH&B,
Oh, nice.
all of them, and that's about 15 of them.
It's a lot. No, I've lost track of how many damn locomotives
Oh,
I have. I gotta have a fire sale. I gotta get rid of some of that stuff. I see them and keep buying them. I'm like, stop. Can't even run them really yet. I'm buying too much stuff. Damn scale trains, they keep putting on stuff I want. So I pre-order and I save the money up for when the pre-orders due, and then I got a bunch of stuff supposed to be coming here not too long.
yeah.
Let's see, we got Anfield wants to pop in with us.
Oh,
See
sure.
if we can fit him in here.
Hi, James.
There he
Hi,
is.
Joe.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good afternoon for me. It's dinner
Okay.
time here now.
Sorry about that.
It's okay, Joe. Hello, Jason. How's everyone doing anyway?
We're doing good.
Good.
How's the weather in the UK?
We've been having heavy rain and thunder.
Oh, same
Yeah,
as
yes.
here.
I hear you guys are getting all kinds of flooding and stuff out that way. Germany,
Oh.
all kinds of places in Europe. Bad stuff, bad flooding in that.
Yeah, it is getting crazy. How's your layout getting on anyway, Dave?
Okay. It's getting there.
Slow process. It's like me building this other layout that I've got. The 84 layout. I can hopefully get back up the loft. I've been doing little jobs on the loft layout, but it's been too warm up there. So I thought I got this layout, and I thought I can build two layouts. But I'm regretting having two layouts now.
Hey, Jason, the train freaks in the chat here. Good morning to you, man. Thanks for stopping.
Morning, Jason.
Morning, Jason. His new train room's coming on well in the garage, innit?
Oh yeah, he's doing a good job out there. He's doing all the right stuff, all the good preliminary stuff that you got to kind of get done in order to get everything right. I'm sorry, I'm kind of reading the chat as we talk too.
Yeah, I'm doing the same because the way I'm set up with this, I'm set up for when I'm running trains, so I'm trying to watch the monitor that's over that way. My camera's in a different place. It's all set up for when I run trains and do my video in. It's a hard setup I've got here is set up different to in the loft. I've got two setups. It's crazy.
Yeah. Real artist, well, thanks for stopping in. It was good to see you.
Yeah, see you again,
have a good
Real
day.
Art.
And Jason was saying it's no longer a garage. You're correct. It is no longer a garage.
No, it's not. It's a train room now, Jason.
Yeah,
and what I like one of the things I really like about the way he did the garage, well, when it was a garage, is he actually took all the garage door framing out. So when you look at the house from the outside, it doesn't look like they just, closed in a garage. Now it's all nice and flows nice with the rest of the siding on the house, and you know what I mean? So it doesn't look odd. I've seen people close in their garages like that, and they've left like the garage door opening and just like built a wall to close it in. Where he took all that out and put all new, bead board or whatever they use on the outside.
T111. T111.
That's what it is.
But
so it looks natural now, like it's supposed to be.
If you leave the garage door, if you were going to sell the house in the future, that's value to the house though too.
I know what he needs to do is build a garage out back of the house, put a little driveway down the side, and put a detached garage for his cars in the back of the house.
Too much red tape for our area.
Oh yeah. Let's like here. If I got just a 1.5 car garage, but the city ordinances say that if I was to tear the garage down, I have to put up a 2-car garage. I can't just put up what I have. I could take this garage and rebuild it wall by wall, and have a 1.5 car garage still.
Yeah.
That's a good sized train room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But well, where this
my basement.
layout is, this is a spare is my computer room, and I've just took up a corner of it. Well, I wouldn't say a corner because it's an 8x4 sheet, so it takes up half of the room. But my main layout is the one in the loft, but that's all changing. There's major changes on the main layout.
Yeah. Jason says if I was to sell, I would pitch it as a theater room.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
idea.
not a bad sell. Okay, I mean you leveled out the floor and everything like that too, and it's what do you call it? It's all secured and everything. Hey, barn full of trains. I see you in there. Um, so I mean you could sell it as a regular room of the house with heated. It's all this, that, and the other. So you could throw carpeting or whatever out there if you wanted to, and make it nice and cozy.
He did a real nice job on it. I mean, they tore the wall out, put insulation in,
Yep.
try to make it as comfortable as possible for being a garage. I think he did a real good job on it. It was nice that he had some help with it too.
Yeah.
That's a pain to do by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tell you,
Yeah,
Joe,
Jason Wood is
your
in there, ain't
lives you're doing are quite interesting.
Hi, Jason.
Jason's in here.
I'm sorry, run that by again, Lee.
I said your lives you're doing once you've sorted the audio seem to be getting on okay.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit better now that I got the camera straightened out.
Hey, it all takes time, Joe. But your layout you've got a lot of going on with that layout. It is a nice layout.
It's still got a lot more to go. There's still a lot of empty space in there.
Yeah, layout's never finished though. You can always add to it.
Yep.
No, it's never done.
No, it's never done. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've got this layout that I'm working on, and I've got my loft layout that I'm redoing. That is actually I'm redoing all the wiring on my track. It's just causing me uproar. So all the wiring's coming out, and I'm redoing it.
Yeah.
I've had nothing but issues with it since I first wired it up, and I thought enough's enough. Rewire it. So that's what's happening in the winter.
Hey, Matt was asking, has anybody bought a new decoder and it was broke right out of the package?
Yes.
I
NCE.
haven't. NCE, okay.
I bought one for an SW900. There was a sign that fit, and it was dead, but it was too much paperwork to send it back to NCE.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't stand behind it.
Well, I waited. I bought it, and I waited a couple of months before I put it in. So I pre-bought it, and I think it's still in the car.
That's a good place to leave it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I bought a lock sound instead to put into it, so that's done.
Yeah, I like the lock sound. I was looking
well,
at
that's what my plan is with the layout that's in the loft. Because it's 26.4, I'm going to rewire it, and I'm thinking going DCC with it.
Yeah.
It's a big layout.
I love the DCC. I hear it's not that hard to convert like DC to DCC as far as like
well, if I rewire it, because I'm having nothing but problems with the controller, so I'm thinking over the winter it's getting rewired. I need to do a load more droppers on it anyway because I've got issues, so I may as well just go full hog with it. If I'm going to do it, I may as well do a proper job, mightn't I?
Yeah.
I'm working on the idea to do my mainline DCC and DC.
Yeah, I've heard you can do that. I've heard it's easy to do. I'm going to keep this layout the tier. I'm just going to keep this as a little running layout. All this is a layout that I was offered for not a friend of mine. Knows I've got a YouTube channel, and I got offered this layout because he were no longer alive. recently passed away, and I've just lived their dream on carrying their layout out.
My problem is
Nice.
I bought the NCE circuit breakers, and I'm dividing my layout into 3 to 4 zones.
We're gonna have to hit you up on how to
Yeah.
do that.
So I need to isolate a breaker off the main line. So that's what. See, Jason's got a switch. That's what I'm gonna try to do. But I'm gonna add a second switch so I can bypass the circuit breaker and just shut it off completely from the controller.
Yeah.
The breaker is isolated completely.
Yeah, I've heard you can do that.
I'm also gonna go
Yeah.
Wi-Fi too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
want to do that. I would like to do that too. I have everything already set up for not Wi-Fi, but I'd like to go Wi-Fi.
I bought the.
You've got to get your layout rebuilt yet, Dave.
That's true. That's true.
You've done the rip out, and the layout. Hey,
have
it'll look a lot better when it's done.
I have a
I
few
picked
days
up
off.
the Wi-Fi tracks from Australia.
What is it?
Yeah.
It's called Wi-Fi tracks.
Okay.
It is designed to work with NCE.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, if that's what I'm toying on, if I go DCC, I will go NC Power Cab.
Yeah. Jason said if he could find it, he'll demonstrate how it works on his next video. That DC DCC switch.
Oh, cool! I look forward to
nice.
seeing that there, Jason. I wouldn't mind trying to do it myself with the loft.
Yeah. Yeah, Wi-Fi. Jason said Wi-Fi is good. Yeah, there's just so many things you can do with it. You can use your cell phone or your tablet and things like that. You don't even need the actual controllers necessarily.
No, I
know you could do that with JMRI too. You could use.
Yeah, look at Steve Childers. He's using JMLI now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I had the setup. I have it set up, but then I switched from the power cab to the SB5 booster. It's a little bit different. So I never did get it reset up on the layout, but I had it on the test track set up with the JMRI, like for programming and stuff.
See, when I bought my controller, I started off with a 5-amp system right off the bat.
Yeah.
The starter system.
Yeah, this like with the starter system. It was cheaper for me. I got it on sale. It was only like I think I paid $125 for it.
Back in a sec.
Okay, James. Yeah, I mean, same here. I wasn't even sure I was gonna like this anymore. You know, like I had trains when I was younger, and then I was getting back into it there, like I think about 3-4 years back. So I was like, well, when I was researching the system, it seems like NCE was the easiest for me to understand.
Yep.
I mean, Digitrax and that I think maybe has a little more to offer ultimately.
Yeah, I think Digitrax does. I've watched a lot of videos on Digitrax. It does look a lot to offer. I've got to look into stuff with the loft layout. I've got to rewire it and then see which idea I'm going through. The Wi-Fi tracks.
Yes.
I have heard about the Wi-Fi tracks, Jason.
From Australia, it takes the place of your controller input on your NCE system, and you can daisy chain these between each other.
Oh, cool! I look forward. That looks interesting.
Yeah.
And so the only thing is I need to buy another panel so I can use my other UPT panels. I can have my throttle in other spots in the layout because we can't buy the NCE wireless system in Canada. They won't sell it. Well,
looks like when they open that border, you need to take a trip down here and get yourself some.
Yeah. Once you open the border, you need to take a trip towards Dave.
I'll go with the Wi-Fi version because I control my tablet.
If you know any Americans, would be willing to actually, send you some or buy some and send them to you.
Well, that's the only way. But right now, I haven't ventured into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into the hobby through a pure accident. And it took off big time with another layout.
Yeah.
But I love
Because
it. I love doing the scratch build side of it. At the moment, I've just built a video that I recently brought out. Where is it? It's over there. I'm not going to go and get it. I've just built a coal bunker and put a load of coal in it. I scratch built it from nothing.
Hey, Fred. Freddie is in. Hey, cool
Hiya,
video
Hi,
Freddie.
Fred.
on those cabooses the other day. That's pretty. I just watched that this morning. That was pretty neat. The video he did, the place he went to, some place in New Hampshire, has got a bunch of cabooses set up, and I think he said some of the people live in there, live in the cabooses. I don't know if I'm saying that right, caboose.
Yeah, I think they're either caboose or caboose with the way they said. They're said different ways, aren't they?
Yeah. So Jason, you use MRC, okay? See, I looked at that one too when I first got back in. That looked like it was pretty easily understandable. That's what it is for me. It may be the best system in the world, but if I can't understand it, in fact, it's going to sound a little funny, but kind of a long story. But when I was first watching videos on on YouTube and that for the different Wi-Fi or not Wi-Fi, the different TCC systems, the ones I understood the most were ones that like younger kids were doing. It's so weird, like somebody who was experienced in the hobby, who was throwing out terminology that I didn't understand yet. So like a kid would say, okay, if you just take your controller and you push this button for this and blah 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 blah, and the train's programmed. I'm like, well, holy crap, that is so easy, you know. But I've watched somebody like, what's his name? Arthur Houston. The guy is an NCE wizard. I don't know if you guys watched him at all. It said Grande something railroad he has, and the guy's like a wizard with NCE, but I can't understand what he's saying. And not because I don't understand his words. I don't understand it. It's not everything's not coming together in my head and making me understand what he's doing. I don't know if any of that made sense to anybody, but sometimes just the dumbing down that a kid would use the basics, bare bones basics to explain something. I was
I'm gonna
understanding.
go and get that thing. Scratch build.
So, anyway,
Where it is.
so I guess I'm kid-like in my brain. I have no idea. So Jason has NC Wireless Pro Cab. Okay. So I have the SB5. I wanted to get like another. I guess it's called the DB5, which is just a dummy booster, strictly a booster. It's not a command station to add to it. I wonder if I'm going to need it once I get both levels up and running.
That's what I've just recently made.
What's that?
Coal bunker.
This is coal bunker.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, nice.
I made it from card, put brick paper on it, and just filled it up with coal. It looks good. I've just got the name board to do. I like doing little scratch builds.
Yeah, that's the fun part of the hobby when you.
Yeah, it is. You sit there. You can sit late at night. You can sit on the workbench and do something. That's what I'm liking, having this layout out of the loft. I can work on it.
That's kind of how I got with
the morning or late at night. In the loft, I'm limited what hours I can work on the loft layout.
Yeah. See, I'm like Matt. Matt said he's more of a visual learner. I'm kind of the same way.
I'm the same way too.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this reversing section, and I'm watching all these videos. And my buddy Darren from B&H Railroad, he has a good idea how he's going to do his. So, but I think I need to figure out what I need to order, and I need to actually get it in my hands, look at it, and touch it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're going to have a reverse leap then, are you, Dave?
Yeah, I think I'm going to need one.
I actually
one on each level.
When we did our layout, when we just did as we went, we actually created a wide reverse loop.
Oh, why? Yeah.
Well, because it goes into the yard and comes back out, so we can turn a locomotive around. Just the way it worked out.
Yeah. So it's just I have no way to turn my locomotives around if I don't do this reversing loop.
At least
I guess I could do a
loop. You can just go completely round.
Because I'm only going to have one way up and one way down. To the,
yeah.
level. So I got to be able to turn them around to come down. Now, if I always run them tail to tail, I could, drop all the cars off in a yard and run around and come back down the opposite way by flipping the engines that way. But
you can do.
Want to be able to run them around up and then come back down. If I just want a rail fan and just let them run,
Well, I've got on this new layout. I'll be bringing a video out of the tour of the track plan. I've got the outside loop. That's just a continuous loop, no side, and the inner loop has got a load of sidings, and I can do shunting out of the coal yard and all that. But there's a lot of work got to go into this layout. I've got layout work to do on this one and on Anfield Road main layout. I'm taking on a lot, but I enjoy doing it.
Jason says he's going to use the Digitrax AR10. Now I was looking at the AR1s. What is all needed for the AR10? Because I think with the AR1, I'm going to need maybe a switch cat and one or two of those DB20s for the detection, those loop detectors. This other Jason uses the PSX products to reverse those. All right. I have to see if I can. I'm sure you've done a video or something on them, Jason. I'm trying to use the AR1. Well, there is an AR10 too, Train 3. And it looks like it already has like the DB20s built into it, but I'm not sure. That's another one of those things where I'm not 100% sure that I understand how it all works. Like the basics, I understand that you have to switch polarity and all that stuff. You get some kind of feedback somewhere on that.
Yeah.
Coming down now.
Oh, it's your rain. That's what I'm hearing, the rain.
Ah, that's what I hear. The rain's coming down.
Rain,
it's coming down.
I thought I was having go on with my earbud here.
Yeah, and I could hear it. I'm on headphones. I'm hearing it. I'm thinking, is there something going on with me headset?
Dave, I'm going to bail out of here. Jack normally calls me at this time every morning, so instead of getting the call while I'm on the video, I'll get off the live stream and keep watching.
Yeah, see you again, Joe.
Bring him in here.
Bye, Joe.
Okay, y'all have a good one. Talk at y'all later.
All right, Joe.
Talk to you later, Joe. Take it easy. Have a good day.
Bye, Joe. Yeah, I agree, man. I have to visualize how it's done too. Like if I have it in my hand and you're trying to explain it to me, it's a little better to understand. Jason was like the same thing. I thought it was static. That's why I was wondering myself. But it's just the rain we're hearing in James' backyard.
It's slowing down now, but it was pretty heavy for a bit.
I'll tell you what little project I have been working on, doing road markings. But I was making them out of, I'll show you now. That's how I've made them. And I've painted one of them with yellow paint there. But that's what I'm using to make them. The white, big, long white stickers. And just cutting them out. It works wonders. I've just got to come up with ideas. I'm looking at our British road markings, and there's some tricky ones to try and do. But I'll probably work it out. It comes together in the end. It's all part of the learning curve with the hobby, innit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was going to mute your mic, James, but then I can't hear you talk. Hang on a minute. I'm still trying to learn this whole StreamYard thing.
You're still learning it, Dave?
Well, there's some different things down here I'm playing with.
Yeah.
AR1. Put your track bus in it and run feeders from AR1 to track. Loop has to be fully insulated for your longest train to prevent damage to the AR1. Right, yeah. So you either put the plastic joiners in or just cut rail, I guess, to isolate the whole loop. And I guess if you run plastic wheels, it's not as much of an issue. But I guess you would have to. We got a link pop on real quick. Yeah, hold on. Invite. Copy. Stand by. Stand by, Jason. All right, that should get you a link there. He said he found
How's
me.
your layout coming on anyway, James?
What's that?
How's your layout coming on?
Pretty good. I'm painting the cork now.
Oh, nice.
We'll start laying the track probably in a couple weeks.
Cool.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that when you start getting the track down. You'll have more of an imprint when you get the track down. You know where you're going. Until track's
right.
down, you don't know where you're doing. It was when I was building this. I built the baseboard up. I had to break this layout down, and it had scenery on it, everything. I was in the house where it was taking it apart, and it downhearted me because I'd seen the lads build it up. And I thought,
let's bring in Jason. He said he found that switch he was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bring Jason in because I wouldn't mind seeing this he come up with.
There he is.
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
All right, Jason.
Let's see if I can get this thing right. All right, so this is the switch. I've still got a pair of wires hanging on it, but this is the switch. Hold on. There we go. That I'm using, and it goes this way or this way. So I'll have my DCC set up on this side, DC set on that side, and then these two in the center are for my track feeders. So if I want it on DCC, I'm set like that. If I want to change that track to DC, I flip it over and set it like that.
Now, is that just for like a programming track, or is that for like a whole
That's
section
for,
layout, or what?
for my test track.
That's right. That's
But
smart.
you could theoretically do it for your whole system. Now, for something like what James is doing, he's got the circuit breakers. He would need multiple of these.
Yeah. See, that's what I need to learn too. That circuit breaker stuff.
My plan was to isolate a circuit breaker and isolate the main line and use that switch. So I can run the main line at DC or DCC, only the main line though.
Right.
And I'll break it all down.
Yep, double pole, double throw. That's
right.
Yeah, that's what it basically is. Joe's hit the nail on the head there, isn't it? It's double throw. I've got big ideas that I want to change on the Anfield Road. Big layout in the loft. But I've got two layouts, if you don't know now, Jason. I've got one out in the loft behind me.
Oh, I've been following.
What?
I've been following.
Yeah. I don't know. Your layout's going to look good in that new train room now, though.
Yeah.
It's not a garage no more. It's your train room.
That's right. And that's actually it. The beginning of it behind me.
Well, it's nice too because you were able to cut that water line out of sight into the wall, and that's going to insulate it too, keep that from freezing and that being inside the wall like that too.
Yeah,
that'll help out with any issues with that.
It only sticks out in a couple of places, but like I said, it only goes to a water spigot, and I've got a shut-off valve in the next room. So
you probably shut it off in the wintertime anyway.
Right.
How's Junior getting on with his layout?
Who?
Junior, Jason's lad.
Oh yeah, Train Freak Junior. How's his little layout coming along?
He's in the middle of working on a building kit. He's actually learning how to put a kit together.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Little easier said than done. It's the Walder's Grain Co-op building. Yeah. It's not the concrete elevator like what me and David has, but it's the wooden one.
Yeah, it looks like the prairie elevators.
Yeah, nice.
That's a nice kit.
Like this.
Yeah.
That's the one. He's got
That's
the
what I'm
HO,
thinking of.
the N-scale version of that. And let me tell you, I've been trying to help him with that. I'm not a fan.
This is
It's end scale, though, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah,
He,
it's
he,
N-scale.
he can he can keep the end scale to himself. I hold my hands up to anyone that does end scale.
Look, see, my hands are too fat
Yep,
to
mine are
work.
the same.
I have
Mine
to
are the
use
same. I've got
tweezers.
I've got massive fingers.
Yeah, me too. I guess. And they're crooked. Like the crooked river. Like a river.
It's crazy.
Well, guys, I hate to do it, but again, I'm still using my wife's computer because mine's still down. So about another 5 minutes or so, I'm gonna have to cut out of here so she can log on for work.
So that's fine. I gotta
Yeah,
get ready for work here in a few anyway.
Yeah, that's a pleasure to come up again, Dave.
See,
What's that?
Uncle Wilmer hit the head of the nail with the hammer with the sausage fingers.
Yes, he has. Uncle Wilmer always hits it on the nail on the head, doesn't he? Uncle Wilmer has got the sausage fingers.
You see the sausage fingers on the fingers.
Yeah.
It's I think there's a lot of our problems. We all like to do this model railroading, and we all got big hands.
Yeah, and the easiest way is go double O or HO in your eyes.
What you ain't kidding? It's raining out
Jason,
there
on
again.
the size with HO to double O, it's a slight difference in height-wise.
Yeah, from my understanding, the reason why y'all's is a little bit bigger is because double O actually came out before HO. And the motor, like when Bachman came out with double O, they had to make the shells a tad bit bigger so that way the motors could fit.
I know that. I've got a Bachman controller. I've got on this layout. I've got a Bachman controller. I'm not a fan of Bachman though.
I got a
But
couple
the
of
model,
engines.
the loft layout is going DCC. I'm rewiring it for DCC.
I'm
Put in a lot of track feeders if you're doing that. A lot.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I would also suggest if you've got a Insul Frog turnouts, wire those up too.
Yeah, all my points are all wired
I'll
up.
have to
All
watch
my
some
points
videos on how to wire
are
them.
wired up, but I've just got to rewire the whole lot. All my droppers are in. It's all the the long wires that go under the layout. They're all pieces of wire. I need to have them as long pieces of wire, not short pieces joined together.
Yeah.
So
That's where half of the problems were.
Do what, David?
On the Insul Frogs, where are you wiring them to? Because I use all Insul Frogs. I wire feeders on every side of the wire, on every side, on the diverging route on both sides of the turnout themselves too. But
So what you can do on the Insul Frogs, you're literally running a wire from the frog itself down, and I'm using tortoise switches, which work great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to use some type of motor, like a frog juicer is what they call it. And so you have 3 wires that go to that. One is your left rail, one is your right rail, and then one is to the frog. And so when your turnout is, let's say you got a left-handed turnout, right?
Yeah.
The left rail goes straight, the right rail diverges. So when it's in the straight position, it will take power from that right rail to the frog. And then as your turnout grows, it shifts the power from the right rail to the left rail.
No, you said you have to use
about a locomotive cutting out on top of the frog and on top of the frog.
Now, you said you have to use a frog juicer as well, or no?
If you've got, let me grab it real quick.
Yeah. Hey, Roy Babel's in here.
Hey, Roy.
Morning, Ray.
Ray, I mean.
Morning, Ray.
Hey, Roy. I mean, Ray.
Derek.
Get it right, Jason. I've just done the same.
I called him Roy.
Yeah. All right.
He'll probably answer to it as well, knowing him.
If you got one of these,
yeah, I do.
You got frog juicers built in.
Oh, okay. See, this is all stuff I'm still trying to figure out. I didn't use any tortoises on the old layout.
Yeah, and so it's actually, you can use either these three or that three, but one of the threes will do it.
Okay, so the two outside ones are your bus line power, right?
Correct.
This is number
See,
one
I'm
and number
going to use the Walter switch machines.
Yeah. So I don't know much about Walters. They might have it, they might not.
I'm not sure because I'm using the new Unifrogs, and was not planning to power up the frog. I have the option though. It's there.
I stuck with the Insul frogs just because I had so many of them, so I didn't want to go to like the electric frogs or the unifrogs. Or I'm just going to stay with what I had, because I didn't have any real issues with them.
So originally the
You want to wire them up.
weren't really in the purpose of being a frog juicer. They set it that way so that way you could add signal lights.
See, I want to do that too.
And
You add the signal lights through the tortoise?
Go from like green to dark, with this, but there was no logic control on it. Yeah. So I'm not going to use my signal. I got signal decoders just for that. But
I just want a simple light. I'll just put a little stand there. It doesn't have to be all fancy. Just so I know which is green, which is red. I don't know if you can do that or not with the tortoises or not. Can you run like a signal through them, or just a simple LED type thing, or what?
Oh, you probably could.
Yeah, you probably could, Dave. I'm in the Proceed way. Can I get it? How far is it from me?
I mean,
these are all things I want to learn how to do.
That's got like I've got the old type signal lights. Wait until you see these. The original old triangle ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and wire them up.
Something simple, even just like a one stand light that has red and green. I don't even need the yellow.
Yeah, well, that's all that's got on. Red and green. I'm going to wire. There must be a way to wire that up.
I was just wondering if through the tortoise, if there's a way for that to work in conjunction with a simple, whatever set of LEDs or something that you can wire up.
Yeah, well, that's what that'll be. That'll be LEDs, won't it? I'll probably set that up on LEDs on the switches, won't it? Be able to just have it on a toggle switch.
Yeah.
I will tell you, signaling is very, very complex.
Yeah, it is. I know.
Super complex. How it all works in the real world.
Because I don't know that I'm even going to try to control them with a DCC. I'm just going to do a panel with toggles and stuff.
Yeah.
Even like my yards, I don't know if I'm going to have the whole thing on. When I lay out the yard, I'm going to drill all the holes for the tortoises. Whether I go with them on every switch or not, I don't know. But I'm going to at least set it up for that. So later on, I'm not trying to drill holes through the layout to add them. But I don't know, man. First of all, it's a lot of damn money to buy a tortoise for all that stuff, But if I can prepare the layout for them and buy them a little at a time and, add them in and then do a panel, like the old-fashioned panel, you draw the layout out and you put the toggles on there, put that somewhere like middle of the yard so I can reach everything.
See, that's what the Walter system, Dave. It's all plug and play.
Oh, is it?
You buy the switch, you buy the switch machine, they come with a wire and it just plugs in because it's all servo motors.
Huh. That's a whole nother thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Guys are going crazy with the, the servos and the, what's the other thing?
There's cobalt switches too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it starts getting complicated.
And then Certitron's got another brand. It's called the Smale. It's Smale, but with the M. Yeah. And it's basically this with the DCC decoder already in it.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But
Walters has the DC decoder installed too.
Yeah. You're talking money.
And Matt says he uses the Atlas system. Now, how is that, Matt? How complicated is that?
Is it prototypical or?
I don't know. So Jason on the real fan man, Jason actually had done something on I think it was Atlas that he was using the switches for the signaling. There's another guy turning on. Everybody's tearing on the layouts, man. I don't know if I started a trend or if I got in on the trend. I don't know. He says it's very easy. All right. I'll take your word on it. You're the one earlier, like me, saying you had.
Yeah, I'd take your word on it as well.
See, I saw Joe said something about ground throws. I want no ground throws on my layout because that means other people's hands are on my layout. So what I plan on doing is tortoise switches under every turnout, and then NCE has a card called the Switch 8 MK2, and then there's another card that attaches to it. It's called the button board. So that way I can have the switches controlled by either my dispatcher, which is my computer, or actual buttons set up around the layout in certain areas.
You've got some good ideas there, Jason.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I want to keep going with the conversation, but doggone it, I can't. I got to give the wife the computer back. What if I go back in on the phone? Damn, maybe I'll come back.
Is your computer still down, is it, Dave?
It's still down, yeah. It's just driving me nuts.
Oh, man. Have you heard how long it's going to be down for before you're going to get it back?
No, the guy I gave it to, he's a buddy. He's just going to look at it in his spare time. You know, I didn't take it to a shop or nothing like that to get looked at.
Yeah, I'm the same. If a friend can do it for cheap, but it's all about money, innit?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an older computer too, so I mean, I don't really want to have to replace it, but you know, Kim says the dog can't reach the throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you, Jason. I don't want those ground throw things on the layout. I'd rather just reach in there with my fingers and do it. You know, and I use the Pico snap switches, so.
I'm gonna use the ground throw in the industry area only, though.
Yeah. Plus, I'm saying in the yards, maybe, since it's easy to reach, and then we'll see. I'm going to set it all up for tortoises. I may not get to wire them all up at the same time. I may kind of add a few as I go, just because of cost and stuff, you know. But I do want to. I didn't have any on the old layout, and that's one of the regrets I had. There's so many things I liked about it, and there's so many things I didn't, because, you know, as I learned more things, I learned about other things. Now I want them, you know what I mean? Now I want to learn them and use them. It's just so much stuff other than just running your trains in a circle like when you were a kid, you know? Now, you know, and the good thing with Train Freak Junior is you have a lot of knowledge, or you've learned a lot of stuff, and you're able to teach him how that all goes, you know, going forward as he builds this layout and then eventually in the bigger and better layouts.
Well, and that's why I built his layout the way I did. It's theoretically it's a loop, but there's double track that goes on either end, so it could be a module.
Yeah.
And it's connected to the double track mainline, and that loop is like a third track.
Yeah.
I remember the way when you done that video and you started doing the build of that, and you built it the way you've built it is it's module, innit?
Yeah. I had intentions of building mine as modular, but then as I went along, I was like, boy, I'm lucky I'm getting this built the way it is, you know.
Yeah, I done it with that.
The way it's built, but that's my hope is this week I've got some time off, so I'm hoping to get the peninsula started so I can start coming around that. And
that'll be cool.
Continue that.
That's the way I built this. I built it modular. I've done the track plan what it was, and then I've just done the fiddle yard to how I want it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I do have to get off.
No problem, Dave. Thank you for having me to come up again. Not a problem.
Somebody has to go to work.
Yeah,
have a good. I've got a chilled out day now. I'm gonna mess with my railroad. I'm gonna do some scenery work and get some videos out. I'll think of you while you're all doing your work. While I'm working on my layout.
Okay.
Take it easy, Dave. Thanks for having me. See you again, James.
All right, guys.
And see you, Jason. Bye for now.
Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
Take care, Lee.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.